Hi everyone, welcome to Osmanthus Yoga with Jen. Today we're going to start our practice at the top of the mat with our toes together and heels slightly apart. Bring the hands to the sides, palms facing forward, standing upright, crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, shoulders down away from the ears. Take a couple of deep breaths here. You can allow the eyes to close softly as you begin to focus on the present. First, taking a moment to acknowledge your recent past, how your day has been so far. And exhale. Continue to breathe deeply. Now thinking forward to your future, your near future, the rest of today, and any expectations or plans you may have. To-do list. And deep exhale. Coming back to the present where you are in this moment, on your mat, in your practice. And put effort into letting go of the future and the past. Bring all focus into your next hour. Feeling your body in this moment, your mind in this moment. And letting go of anything that doesn't add value to you now, here. Calm breathing. Inhale, feel the chest expand all the way. And slow exhale. Eyes softly open. We're going to inhale, reach the arms all the way overhead. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at the hips. Lead with the chest as you come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, sides of the body long, chest open. And exhale again, forward fold, release all the way down. Inhale, arms to a T and reach all the way upward, salute. Exhale, palms start center. One more half sun salutation. Inhale, fingertips reach. And exhale, forward fold, moving slowly with the breath. Inhale, halfway up, hands to the shins or knees, chest pulls forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach out and overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, palms start center. Bring the fingers, the peace fingers, to the bony parts of your front hips, ASI, anterior superior iliac crest, these bony parts, and see that they're exactly parallel, symmetrical to each other, pointing directly forward throughout this next couple of poses. So keeping your fingers on these bony joints, we're going to step the right foot back, maybe about 2 or 3 feet, all 10 toes pointing the same direction. If you have a tendency to turn slightly, you'll notice it where your fingers are. Turn back to face directly forward. From here, we're going to inhale, arms to a T. Exhale, palms come behind us, clasp behind the back. Inhale, pull the chest long open. And exhale, slowly begin to lean back, palms slide down the back leg. Keeping both legs straight, pushing down into the floor with the heels. Find balance in the toes, breathing, inhale. And slow exhale. One more breath, feel the front body stretch. And exhale, back up through center. Keep the legs where they are. We're going to inhale the arms to a T. And exhale, reaching the left hand closer to the ground. Right arm reaches high towards the ceiling for a side bend. Find your edge, find balance. Breathe here. Option to turn the gaze up at the right fingertips. Find balance, both legs straight and active. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale the arms back to a T. Exhale, hands to the hips and step the back foot forward. Inhale here. And exhale. Bring the fingers back to these 2 bone points. And then stepping the left foot back. Again, adjusting the hips if you need to. There will be a tendency to open up towards the left side. But turn the hips towards the front as much as you can. Hip bones pointing forward. We're going to inhale, arms to a T. And exhale, again, find a clasp behind the back with the opposite thumb on top. Inhale, pull the chest forward and open. And exhale, slowly sliding the palms down the back leg. Pausing at some place you feel some comfort. Both legs straight, heels press into the ground so the legs activate. Feel the stretch in the front body. And breathe, keeping the face calm. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. And slow exhale back up through center. Spine is upright, releasing the clasp of the hands. Inhale, arms to a T. And exhale, this time tilting over to the right side. Right fingertips down towards the ground as the left fingertips reach up towards the sky. Pausing wherever you feel your balance challenged slightly. Maybe the gaze turns up at the left fingertips. Wherever you are, breathe, inhale. And exhale, stretching the entire left side of the body. Deep breath in. And slow exhale back through center, hands to the hips, and step the back foot forward. Shaking out the legs, and breathe here. Inhale, fingertips reach all the way up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, spine lengthens, chest opens. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms to a T and reach all the way up, upward salute. And exhale, palms straight center. Bring again the fingers to the front hip bones as you step the right foot back. About the same distance, but this time we're going to turn the back toes slightly out, maybe about 45 degrees or so. Check to see if your hips are pointed forward and adjust, if you can, to point as forward as you can. From here, inhale, open up the chest, and exhale, come halfway down, leaning forward. You can keep the hands on your hips if you'd like, or maybe find a clasp of opposite elbows behind you. Whatever option with the arms. Breathe here, pull the chest forward, and exhale, stay here. Keep turning the hips to feel pull forward, pulling the left thigh bone into the body. One more inhale. And exhale, releasing the torso all the way down. Fingertips can come down towards the ground. Find your pyramid pose. Long breaths here, both legs coming towards straight. Face soft, neck soft. Breathe, inhale. And exhale, coming a little closer to the front shin. One more breath here, inhale. And full exhale, bending into the front knee and come all the way up, pushing into that front foot to push yourself up. Hands can come back to the hips. Inhale here. And now exhale again, bending into the left knee, lifting the right heel off the ground and beginning to balance on the front foot. Back toes pointing towards the ground, heel lifts off the ground. Preparing for warrior three. Inhale here. Option to stay here, working on strengthening the leg, or begin to straighten and lean slightly forward, making a T shape with the body. Warrior three. Inhale. And exhale. As always, an option, any option with the arms. You can keep the hands on the hips if you like. Maybe arms to a T, cactus arms, or fingertips reaching out in front of you. Wherever you are, notice what you are expecting of yourself. Maybe letting go of any unnecessary expectations you may have that aren't helping you. Long inhale here, and your warrior three. And exhale, slowly release the hands towards the ground, bending the front knee if you need to. Back leg now reaches as high as you can, standing splits. If the front knee is bent, that's okay. If you can straighten it, that's also okay. Relax the face, relax the neck, maybe shaking the head yes and no. One more deep breath here, standing splits. And exhale, bending to the front knee, hug the right knee into the chest, and then push yourself up to standing. Right knee comes up with you. Good. Inhale here. And exhale, crossing the right ankle over the left knee, begin to sit down into a figure four. Standing pigeon. Inhale here, and exhale, keep sitting a little deeper. Feel the stretch in the right outer hip. in the bum maybe. Either the hands stay on the hips or you can bring the hands to prayer. Staying here for 3 breaths. Inhale, keep the chest open, spine long, and gaze steady. 2 more breaths. Sink a little lower, feel a knee heavy. 1 more breath in. And exhale, pushing to the standing leg. Release this knee and release the foot to meet the left. Shaking out the legs. Good job, second side. Inhale, fingertips reach high. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, spine lengthens. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out and overhead, upward salute. And exhale, palms towards center. Bring the fingers to the front hip bones. Now stepping the left foot back behind you. Again, the left toes are pointed now about 45 degrees or so, but still towards the front. Adjust the hips if you can, turning them to face forward, pulling this right thigh bone into the body. Preparing for a pyramid pose. Inhale here, the spine long, and exhale, pull forward with the chest, lean forward over the front straight leg. Pause where you feel to stretch the best in your front back, the back of your front leg, keeping the chest open. Taking the same arm variation as you did on the other side, either the hand on the hips, or maybe grabbing opposite wrists, opposite elbows. Wherever you are, keep both legs energized. Keep the face and gaze steady, calm. Coming back to that long, steady breath. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more inhale. And now exhale, releasing the torso the rest of the way down. Any option with the arms, you can keep them behind you or maybe reach the fingertips down towards the ground. Whatever is easiest for you, whatever allows you to release the most into the stretch. Face is calm, neck is calm. Both legs coming towards straight and both hips coming towards the front of the mat. One more inhale. And exhale, releasing a little deeper. Inhale, come halfway up, push yourself up, bending the front knee and push down to rise up to standing. Good. From here, bending to the front knee, again leaning forward, keep the hips square. Bring the weight forward to your front foot as the back foot heel lifts off the mat, toes hover pointing down towards the mat. You can stay here in this squat warrior 3 if you'd like to work on strengthen the legs, strengthen the ankles and knees. Or maybe if you'd like, straightening to the standing leg and begin to lean forward slightly for your warrior 3. Again, any variation with the arms, maybe the same one you took on the other side, or maybe a different one. But again, if you have an expectation, consider if it's helping you or hurting you. Two more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Keep the back toes pointed down towards the ground. One more breath in. And now exhale, bending to the front knee if you need to. Hands, fingertips come down towards the ground. Now lifting the back leg as high as you can, find your standing splits. Torso down and back leg high. Neck is fully relaxed, shaking the head yes and no if you need, if you'd like. Breathe here, inhale. And exhale. One more breath cycle in. And out. Now bending into that front knee if you aren't already. Left knee comes into the chest. And now pushing to the standing leg to find yourself upright. And left knee comes into the chest. Good. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Find a figure 4 and sit into the standing leg. Good. Stretching in the outer left hip. Breathe here. Keep the spine long. Hands can stay on the hips if you'd like, or maybe hands to prayer. Finding your focus. 2 more breaths in and out. Steady inhale and steady exhale. And now pushing strongly into the standing leg. Find yourself upright, left knee into the chest. And then exhale, release the left foot down, shaking out the legs. Great. From here, big toes touch and heels slightly apart. We're going to step the right foot back, but a little bit further this time, maybe 4 or 5 feet. Shorter than normal, but longer than we were just in. From here, the front foot is pointing all the way forward, directly forward, and the back foot is pointed out towards 45 degrees. Now we're going to take our left foot and walk it towards the left side of the mat so our hips are wider apart. And then bring the peace fingers to the bony area in front of our hip. Notice these 2 points. Are they tilted to the side or are they pointed forward? Try your best to pull them to point forward. Bring the left thigh bone into the body. So the torso and the shoulders are pointing directly forward. From here, hands to the hips to remind yourself where the pelvic bone is. Inhale here, standing tall. And exhale, begin to bend into the left knee. Bring the knee over the ankle. Good. Back heel pulls back towards the ground. Back legs come towards straight. Notice those 2 hip joints, hip bones, same hip bone. Notice how your upper body is directioned. The legs here are warrior 1. Opting to add in the arms. Inhale, arms come all the way overhead, fingertips reach up towards the sky. Exhale, the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep straightening to that back leg. Keep turning the hips towards the left to compensate. And breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale, releasing the hands to the hips. Stepping the back foot forward. And bringing the feet together, shaking out the legs. Noticing the difference, noticing how that felt. Warrior 1. Something we do a lot of, but maybe are not super aware or noticing what that might really feel like or be like, or should be like anatomically. We'll try the second side. Toes together, heels slightly apart, stepping the left foot back behind you. Again, that same medium length stance. From here, walking the right foot towards the right side of the mat. Right toes all pointed forward and left toes about 45 degrees. Fingertips to the ASIC and turn the hips if you need to, pointing them directly forward. These 2 bones should be in the same line as your 2 shoulders. Inhale here. And now exhale, slowly bending that front knee. Front knee comes directly over the ankle and pause where that is. Even though it's a short stance, just notice this pose like this. We'll do a little bit of a longer stance later after we're a little bit more open. But from here, notice the hips here. Strengthen into the back leg. Back heel presses down. Back leg comes towards straight. Twist the hips to point forward. Belly tucks in slightly. Torso is upright. Opting to add in the arms. Inhale, fingertips reach all the way up. And exhale, keep the neck long. Breathe here, warrior 1. Steady gaze. Feel the pressure in both feet. Feel the weight even in the front foot and back foot. Maybe a little more energy in the back leg since our stance is a little shorter. But breathe here, inhale. And exhale. 1 more breath. And exhale, bring the hands to the hips, stepping the back foot forward and shaking out the legs. Great. Toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale, fingertips reach high. And exhale, hands to the hips, stepping the feet wide on this long edge of your mat, maybe about a leg's length wide. We're going to inhale here, chest open, and exhale, forward fold. Check your toes pointed directly forward, all in the same direction, and come all the way down to your limit. Releasing the fingertips down towards the mat, fingertips pointing the same direction as the toes. Inhale, spine long, up on the fingertips. And exhale, forward fold all the way. Begin to push, pull into the ground to bring the torso a little closer. Top of the head comes down a little closer to the front of the mat. Lean into the toes. The weight lighter on the heels. Both legs coming towards straight, stretching into the backs of the legs. 2 more breaths, inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, again come halfway up, spine long. And exhale the rest of the way up, upright. Hands come to the hips, and now bring the heels in, toes pointed out. If you can, get the toes and heels all in one line, then do so. But I'm gonna turn the toes slightly in so that when I bend my knees track directly over my toes. If your knees are splaying inwards, then turn your toes inwards also so they match directly. Otherwise the strain on your knee isn't directly balanced over your shin bone, and that might cause undue stresses on the knee tendons and ankle tendons. All right, so finding a bend in the knees pointed directly over the toes, and bringing the torso upright, coming towards a goddess pose. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, bend into the elbows, bend into the shoulders, palms face out towards the ceiling. Lots of 90 degrees here, or close to 90 degrees. Maybe sinking a little deeper in the seat. Breathe here, inhale. And exhale. Keep tucking the tailbone underneath. Imagine the belly tucked in, belly button coming towards the spine, softening the arch on the lower back. 1 more breath here, inhale. And exhale, releasing the hands on the insides of the knee, maybe the palms on the inside of the thigh bone, and begin to sink the right shoulder down, pushing the right knee away, and then the left shoulder down, pushing the left knee away. Finding deep breath, see if you can push a little deeper, letting go of some tension, extra tension, as you switch from one side to another. Allow it to really feel good. This amount of release, letting something go. 1 more on each side, one side right, and one side left. Inhale through center, come upright, and then pushing the feet to come up, toes come in, and then stepping both feet toward the front of the mat. Inhale, fingertips reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back into plank. Option to flow through or going directly to downward facing dog and holding downward facing dog for a few breaths. Our first downward facing dog of the day. Maybe take a time to bend and straighten one leg at a time. Take time to notice the joints, the body, the breath. Maybe today is a little different than another day, and that's okay. And whenever you're ready, find stillness in your downward facing dog, spreading the fingers, pressing down into the knuckles. Heels coming down towards the mat, and chest coming towards the heels just a little bit. Breathe here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale the right foot up and behind you. Keep the hips square, keep those 2 hip points pointing down towards the ground. Try to even out the weight in both hands. Breathe here, inhale. And now exhale, open up the hips. Now the hip bones are pointing in different directions. That's when we twist the body. Breathe here, inhale. And exhale, maybe bending the top knee if you like, pointing the knee up towards the ceiling. Some ankle circles if you like, some hip circles if you like. And then exhale, come back to square. Inhale here, exhale, right knee to nose and swing the right foot all the way forward. Left knee comes back down towards the ground, left toe tucks under. And inhale up to Anjaneyasana. Maybe the hands at the front knee if you like. If it's a hot day like it is today for me. Just listen to what your body and breath prefers, what would be good for you. Whatever allows you to stay calm, stay with the breath, and stay in the practice. 2 more breaths here in Anjaneyasana, lowering the hips, sinking down. Last breath here in. And exhale, straighten the front leg and point the right toes up towards the face, finding your half splits, half Hanumanasana. Sinking the torso down towards the toes, toes towards the face. Breathe here. Find your steady breath. 1 more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, walking the hands forward, plant down the right foot, and now walk the right foot towards the right side of the mat. The right foot is still right on the edge of the mat, parallel, toes pointed forward, and palms on the inside. Begin to lower, either stay here for your lizard pose, lowering the hips down towards the ground, or maybe come down to the forearms if you like. Wherever your limit is, wherever your edge is. If you're down on the forearms, you have an option to take a clasp with the hands for a little more stability in the shoulders, or maybe taking the forearms parallel to each other, working on strength in the shoulders. Wherever you are, breathe, allow the hips to sink a little lower. Every exhale, letting a little bit of the tension melt away. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. If you're down on the forearms, begin to press up into the palms. And now taking the right foot, walking it across the body, dropping the right shin down towards the mat. Maybe maybe the right shin is more parallel to the front of the mat, or maybe for a little bit less deep stretch, you can bend this knee a little more so the foot is closer to the belly. Wherever you are, inhale. First, sit up tall, find length in the spine, and then exhale, coming down to your edge in your pigeon pose. Either again, maybe the fingers clasped, maybe the forearms parallel to each other, or maybe just melting down in any shape that feels right for you. Allow your breath to become steady. Allowing the legs, the hips to feel heavy coming down towards the mat, with no muscular tension in the bottom of the body, but just letting go, allowing the stretch to happen. One more breath in, and full exhale. Inhale, pressing up onto the palms if you're not there already. And now taking the left foot, swing the left foot all the way forward. Find yourself in Janushirasana. Right foot into the left shin and left foot directly forward. Left toes pointed up towards the sky, sitting up tall here first. And now exhale, begin to forward fold over the straight leg, maybe grabbing behind the thigh or the knee, pulling the belly down towards the toes, or maybe grabbing the foot in front of you as you pull the face towards the toes. Wherever you are, even at the shoulders, feel the belly pulling straight towards the front leg. Taking 5 breaths here. Front leg coming towards straight, knee coming down towards the mat. Calm face. Allow the stretch to happen. Feeling how you feel in this moment. Two more breaths. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, gazing up at the toes, and exhale, pushing yourself all the way up. Now taking the right knee and pulling it up towards the sky, planting the right foot down on the ground, leaving about a fist width of space between the right foot and the left thigh. And we'll start by pulling in the right thigh into the torso, into the belly, and sit up tall. left toes flex towards the sky, and see how this feels. Maybe stay here, finding that upright torso, neck long, or maybe begin to add in the arm variation, pausing at any step that feels like where your body should be today. Inhaling, arms to a T, and now exhale, bring the right tricep, the back of the right arm, in front of the right thigh. Maybe stay here. Maybe begin to turn the thumbs to point down, bending of the elbows, and reach the fingers towards each other. Fingers just pointing towards each other is enough. But if you'd like to bring the fingertips to actually meet and find your bind here, this is Marichyasana A. Wherever you are, breathing, inhale and exhale. Feeling length in the spine. Feel relaxed in the belly. Another 3 breaths in and out. If you have the arm bind or any arm variation, really noticing that stretch in the back of the right shoulders. One of my favorite shoulder stretches here. Last breath cycle. And exhale. Inhale, gazing up the big toes, and exhale, coming upright, releasing the bind if you've had it. Pausing here in this upright pose, and exhale, release the belly. Now turning into the twist. Taking the left arm, grabbing around the right knee and twisting towards the right. Maybe the right hand plants at the base of the spine and begin to gaze behind you. Option to stay here, or if you have more space in your shoulders, but taking the left elbow on the outside of the right knee, continuing to twist. There's also an option for a bind here, but I can't do it anymore. If you want to bind, taking the left arm in front of the right knee, turning that thumb point down, and again bending into this elbow. Opposite hand also reaches towards each other, fingertips reach. But if that's causing you tension, if you can't find your breath, then it's not helping. So find your pose for you and breathe in that space. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 more breath. And release, coming back through center. We're going to turn both hands all the way to behind us, turn both hands all the way counterclockwise until they're all the way behind us at the back of the mat. Planting both hands, step the right foot over the left, planting it in the middle of the mat, pointing to the side of the room. Coming towards side plank. So coming up, lifting the hips off the ground, maybe repositioning the left hand and finding your side plank variation with the front foot, with the right foot in front of you as extra support. Breathe here, coming onto the knife edge of the left foot, reaching the left arm high, the right arm high towards the sky if you'd like. Maybe the right foot stacks on top of the left. Your variation of side plank. Breathe 2 breaths. 1 more inhale. And exhale, slowly coming back to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower the knees down, lower the belly all the way down to the mat. Now grabbing a hold of the right knee, bending into the right knee, begin to grab a hold of the right foot. Left forearm comes parallel to the front of the mat and find this nice quad stretch. Breathe in and exhale, pulling the foot into the bum. 1 more breath here, inhale. And exhale, releasing. Both palms come down towards the ground. Inhale and exhale, pushing up through all fours. And exhale, downward facing dog, pointing at the back of your mat. Noticing a different perspective here. Allowing a few breaths to check in. And then beginning the cycle on the second side. Inhale your left leg up and behind you. Keeping the hips square, left toes point down towards the ground. With the hip bones, those 2 hip points pointing down towards the ground. And then now consciously begin to open up the hips towards the side of the room. Top toes pointed towards the side. And maybe bending into the left knee. Left knee points up towards the sky. Some ankle circles, some hip circles if you like. And then coming back to square. Inhale here. And exhale, left foot all the way between the hands. Right knee comes down to the mat. Dropping the right toes down towards the mat. And inhale to your version of Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Noticing the breath. Noticing what it is that feels right for you. Slow breath in. And exhale, sinking the hips down a little more. Two more breaths. Finding steadiness. Deep inhale. And exhale, begin to straighten that front leg, pointing the right toes towards the face, and torso comes down towards the foot. Inhale here, and exhale, releasing down, finding your edge, half Hanumanasana, half splits. Steady breathing, relaxing the face. 3 steady breaths. Last deep inhale. And exhale, begin to plant into that front foot and bring the hands on the inside of the left foot. Left foot walks over to the left side, left edge of the left foot on the edge of the mat. Inhale here, preparing for your lizard pose. And exhale, sinking the hips down, maybe staying in the palms if you like, or maybe coming down onto the forearms. The arm options with your palms either clasped together or the forearms parallel to each other, taking the same option you took on the other side, or trying to. Pausing here in lizard. Every exhale, allowing the hips to release a little more, sinking a little more. And noticing if you feel any tension in the neck, in the face, it's not adding value here, so begin to let go of that tension consciously. The face is smooth and soft. One more breath here, inhale. And exhale, pushing up onto the palms if you're not there already. And now walking the left foot across the mat, dropping the left shin down, finding your way to your pigeon pose. Again, the front shin can be more parallel to the mat for a deeper stretch, or into the body if you want to take it a little easier. Well, easier for me, maybe not easier for you. First, pulling up, sitting up tall, find the spine long, and then exhale, releasing to your edge, either on the palms or maybe on the forearms. Allowing the hips to release a little more. Belly soft. Face soft, shoulders soft. Pigeon pose. Variation. Three steady breaths. Coming back to that long, simple, steady breath. Inhale here. And now exhale, pushing into the palms if you're not there already. Sitting upright. And now exhale, release. Swing that back leg all the way forward. Finding your way to Janu Shavasana. The left foot planted into the right thigh. Sitting upright first, flexing the right toes towards the face. Inhale. And now exhale, maybe grabbing behind the knee or thigh to pull the belly down. Or maybe shin, ankle, anything you can grab to give yourself a little bit of a deeper stretch, an active stretch. Breathe here, inhale. And exhale. Keep pulling the right knee down towards the mat. Keep turning the torso to point directly toward the toes in front of you. We're taking a whole 5 breaths here. Every breath, releasing a little more, pulling a little more. Very next inhale, gazing forward to the toes, and exhale, sitting upright. Grabbing the outside of the left knee, pulling the left knee up towards the sky and planting the left foot down on the ground. Keeping a little bit of a space between the foot and the thigh here in front of you. And again, preparing for Marichyasana A. We're either wrapping our arms around this front thigh and sitting up tall, pulling the spine long, maybe feeling the stretch in the lower back. Flexing the right toes towards the face and stay here. Or maybe adding the arm variation if you already have room in your body today. Inhaling your arms to a T, and exhale, bring the left hand in front of the left thigh, or left shin. Maybe pause here, reaching the fingers away from each other, or maybe both thumbs point down and bend into both elbows to reach the fingertips towards each other. Fingertips energizing towards each other. Imagine a string shrinking between the fingers, or maybe if the fingers can touch, finding a full bind here. If you have any variation in the arms, be extra conscious of the stretch behind the left shoulders, allowing it to feel good and enough. 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last breath cycle. And full exhale. Inhale, gazing up the toes in front of you. And exhale, releasing the bind, coming all the way up. Coming into the twist. Now grabbing your right arm, pulling it around your front knee, this bent knee, and planting the left hand at the base of the spine. Maybe stay here, just pulling the knee into the belly. Maybe begin to twist, gazing behind you, turning the shoulders. Again, the same arm variations. Notice what your body can do today without any extra unnecessary expectations. If you like, you can bring the right elbow on the outside of the left knee for a little bit more leverage. But only if you can maintain a steady breath. Inhaling with control and exhaling. One more deep breath here. And exhale, releasing the twist, coming back through center. Both hands twisting all the way clockwise, all the way until they come behind you. Coming onto, coming onto the mat, and then bring the left foot in front of the right thigh. This looks awkward, but you know where we're going. We're coming to side plank. Planting the left outer edge of the left foot down on the ground, right. Planting the outer edge of the right foot down on the mat, pushing up, bringing weight onto the right hand, and finding your way to your variation of side plank. Maybe supported with this foot in front of you at the center of the mat. Maybe arm reaching high towards the sky. Maybe stacking both feet on top of each other, lifting the hips up. Breathe here, 2 breaths. One more inhale. And exhale slowly, bring the top arm down, finding your way to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower the knees down, lower the belly and chest all the way down. Right forearm comes parallel to the front of the mat. Begin to bend into the left knee. Grabbing the left foot with the left hand and coming to this nice quad stretch. Taking a few deep breaths here. One more breath in. And exhale, releasing. Both palms come down towards the shoulders. Inhale here. And exhale, pushing up through all fours. And to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Again, noticing, checking in with the body, maybe shifting in one direction and another. Or maybe staying in stillness to better tune in. 1 more inhale. And full exhale. Inhale, reaching the right leg up and behind you. Exhale, right knee to nose and bring the foot all the way towards the hands. Walking the right foot towards the right side of the mat. Now dropping the left heel down to the mat so the left toes are pointed at 45 degrees. Already here, notice that the hips are very pointed towards the side. Try to turn the hips to point towards the front of the mat. If that means shortening your stance a little bit, so be it, and that's okay. Preparing for warrior 1. Push into both feet, fingertips come forward and all the way up towards the sky. Warrior 1, if you'd like, bring the peace fingers to those front hip bones and just check in with how your body is aligned naturally. Maybe training the body to twist a little more, pointing the hips towards the front of the mat. Coming into any arm variation you'd like, warrior 1. Bending that front knee, not anywhere past the front ankle, but just directly above it. Tracking over the toes. And back leg coming towards straight, back heel grounding to the mat. 2 more breaths, warrior 1. Maybe noticing it feels a little different than when we did it earlier. Maybe it feels the same. I don't know. 1 more inhale. And exhale, release the hands all the way down in front of you. Planting both palms, lifting the back heel so you can step the front foot back to plank. Inhale, plank. And exhale, option to flow through or just meet in downward facing dog. Or always an option to take a few breaths in child's pose and meet in downward facing dog in a couple of breaths. When you get to downward facing dog, taking a deep breath in and out. Inhale, left leg up and behind you. Exhale, left knee to nose and swing the foot all the way through between the hands. Left foot slides over towards the left edge of the mat. Drop the right heel down so the right toe is pointed at 45 degrees. Notice the hips, try to twist them to point directly forward as you prepare to come into warrior 1. Ground down through both feet, fingertips forward and pull all the way up, torso upright. Warrior 1 on the left side. Maybe you have some awareness of where the hips are. Maybe if you want to double check, triple check, bring the peace fingers to those 2 bony points and try to point them directly forward. You might feel a little bit more tension in the hips or the knee or the ankle behind you. If it's too much, ease off. But if it's okay, coming to warrior 1 in its full expression. Knee directly over the ankle, coming towards the toes. Back leg coming towards the straight back heel, pushing into the ground. Torso upright. And gaze steady, 2 more breaths. Warrior 1. Deep inhale. And exhale, release the fingertips all the way forward and down towards the mat. Back heel lifts up, step the front foot back to plank. Last flow through, last vinyasa if you take it. Otherwise, meeting in downward facing dog in a few breaths. Taking our last down dog of this practice, letting it feel good. Maybe leaning one direction and another. but really checking in with how you are feeling in this moment. Deep inhale, full exhale. Inhale, lifting the heels high. Exhale, bend the knees deeply. Bring the feet to the hands and halfway lift fingertips. Come to the shin or knee. And exhale, release. Inhale, fingertips out and overhead. Upward salute. And exhale, palms towards center. We're going to finish off our practice with a few forward folds. Bring the feet about hips width apart, toes pointed the same direction. Inhale, arms out to overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees so your fingertips or your whole palms can grace the ground. Some arm variations here, taking the option you like. Since we're closing, begin to close out our practice. Option 1 is just to hang here with hands feeling heavy, torso, body feeling heavy. Leaning into the toes and just beginning to look inward and reflect inwards. Next option, to take the peace fingers, grabbing the big toes and allowing the arms to pull the torso down towards the toes with knees staying bent. Next, you can begin to straighten the legs if you'd like, pulling the hips up towards the sky as you pull the torso belly down towards the ground. All the while keeping the neck relaxed, keeping the face relaxed. Eyes can be open or closed here. Lean into the toes and either find relaxation, find some stretch, find something to let go of as we begin to slow down. Last breath here. Full exhale. Releasing the toes if you have that. Inhale, halfway up, slowly straightening the legs. And exhale, pulling the torso upright. Shaking out the shoulders. Taking the second set, either the same or slightly different. Inhale, fingertips reach. And exhale again, fold forward, allow the torso to fall towards the mat. Knees bend. And again, either staying here, just feel heavy, or maybe peace fingers grabbing the big toes, or maybe taking gorilla pose, taking the entire palm, stepping on it, each foot, toes coming into the wrist creases. Giving yourself a hand massage as you pull the torso down again. Straining into the legs, leaning into the toes, leaning into the wrists. Breathe here. Keep the face and neck relaxing. Slow down the breath. Two more breaths. And now releasing the palms or the fingers or whatever have you. Inhale, halfway lift, spine long. Exhale, slowly all the way up. Shaking up the legs. And now for a forward fold twist. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, spine long. And exhale, forward fold. Bring the right hand to grab the left shin or the left knee, whatever is more accessible, and begin to bend into the right knee towards the right elbow. Find the left arm reaching high towards the sky as you twist here, feeling the shoulders stretch, belly stretch. Two breaths in and out. Allowing it to feel nice, feel like release. One more. And exhale, hands come down towards the mat. Both legs straighten. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, forward fold. Left hand crosses, grabbing the right shin or right knee. Begin to twist towards the right. Left knee comes towards the left elbow as you reach the right arm towards the ceiling. Good. Find this twist here. Deep breaths in, belly and back and shoulders all twisting, feeling that stretch. Last breath in, and exhale, releasing all the way down. Inhale, halfway up, both legs straighten. And exhale, forward fold, this time bending the knees deeply and finding a seat on the mat. Legs out in front of you and shaking the legs out. And now slowly lowering the back of the body to the mat. Knees come into the chest, hugging behind the shins. And begin to rock right and left, making some big knee circles if you'd like, one direction and the other. Pausing at center. Taking the next inhale to roll up into a ball. Forehead comes up to the knees. Inhale. And exhale, releasing all the limbs down to the mat. Letting go of all control of the body. Allowing yourself to be fully supported. Allowing yourself to fully accept the practice as it was, however it was. Letting go of control of the breath. Allowing the chest and belly to rise and fall naturally. Allowing the face to calm itself. Eyebrows softening. Eyelids softening. Cheeks softening. Finding yourself on your way to Shavasana, final resting pose. Fully accepting, fully resting here. Beginning to breathe a little more deeply. Bring awareness back into the mind. Beginning to wiggle the fingers and toes. Bring awareness back into the body. Slowly reaching the fingertips overhead, giving yourself a full body stretch. From the fingers to the toes. Maybe side bending one direction and the other. And then slowly bring the knees into the chest. Hugging behind the shins, maybe rocking right and left. Rocking all the way to one side and pausing in the fetal position for a moment. Before fully pushing yourself up into a seat with the least amount of effort. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Finding the neck long. Inhale, fingertips reach overhead. And exhale, palms towards center. Last breath together here. Inhale, gathering positive energy. And exhale, bringing it into heart center. Bowing the forehead down to the fingertips as a sign of gratitude. Taking a deep breath here to feel grateful for our bodies and all the strength and flexibility we've gained today. And taking another deep breath to feel grateful for our minds and all the calm and focus we've cultivated in our practice today. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Namaste. Great class. Today was really hot, so I was really tired, so it's hard for me to tell whether this will also be very tiring for you. But probably. Let me know how it felt in the comments below. Hit the like button, subscribe. I think next class is going to be a cardio class, so I'm excited to plan that out. Basil, come! Come here. You want cameo? Is it cameo if you came over here? Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Not everyone wants to watch me though, Basil. Only has a video going on. I'm always at you.